This is not clickbait. This is not a fake video. I am gonna see Spider-Man Brand New Day 100 times. So this video is gonna cost me $1,500. Tickets at my local theater cost $15. Obviously times 100, 1,500. And it actually is gonna be more than that because I'm gonna buy popcorn and snacks from time to time. But I'm easily gonna be able to pay this because I bet on the Knicks to win the NBA championship, and I made a lot of money doing that. So here we go. I don't know if I can take this anymore. I am never doing anything like this ever again. So this is what 100 movie tickets looks like. I saved every last one. Hi, is this where you buy tickets?
Right there, I think it is.
All right. This first showing, I'm going to see with my dad and my brother. They're gonna see it once, like normal people. And this will be my first viewing. So unfortunately, you're not allowed to record the movie in the theater, and YouTube has really strict copyright rules. But I'm gonna try to show myself in the theater as much as possible, and I might show like little snippets of the movie here and there, because I obviously want you guys to believe me that I did this, considering how much freaking time and effort I put into it. I think what I'm gonna do to try to bypass the copyright detection is speed up the clips really fast. So you're probably not going to understand what they're saying, but I really just need the video not to be taken down by YouTube. It actually is a 30-minute walk to the movie theater from my house and a 30-minute walk back, and I walk every time. So that's something I'm going to remember. There will obviously be spoilers in this video, but if you thought there wouldn't be spoilers in this video, then I don't even know what to say. I am excited for this movie. It is my most anticipated movie of the year. I don't know. I'm actually not even 100% sure who the villain is going in. I think it has like Scorpion in it or something, but we will see. And I guess it's also a mystery who Sadie Sink is going to be playing, so we'll see about that. But I watched the trailer. I usually don't watch trailers because I feel like they give away way too much of the movie, and I want to go in completely fresh. But I did watch the trailer, and it definitely seemed a lot different than the previous 3 Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. Like, it definitely felt like its own different tone and feel. And well, it had a different director, so that makes sense, obviously. Spider-Man is actually my favorite superhero of all time, and one of my favorite characters in general of all time. So anytime a new Spider-Man movie comes out, I'm pretty excited. We will see what Destin Daniel Cretton has in store for us.
Are you filming this right now?
Yes.
Why?
I'm making something. God damn it. Alright, I just got out of my first showing of Spider-Man, and it's really interesting how you can have a daytime opening day viewing. It doesn't have to be night. I think that's interesting. But my review of the movie, would I say it's one of my favorite Spider-Man movies? No. But I think it's really interesting to compare it to the past Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, because it's completely different in tone. It has a different director, which is pretty obvious while watching the movie. It's a lot less lighthearted, it's more serious and grounding. It's the first time we've seen Tom Holland in a Spider-Man movie like that. There are a lot of scenes I like in this movie, and I forgot how much I love Ned. Ned is amazing. I wouldn't say it's in the very top tier of Spider-Man movies though. But really, honestly, anytime you see Spider-Man on screen, going to the movies to see Spider-Man, it's the coolest thing ever. So, I have to say that. So my goal is to get this challenge done by September. So I'm going to be seeing this movie multiple times in the day. And I might be seeing it 4 times in a day sometimes. That's how wild this challenge is going to be. You know what would be so cool? If Ned had his own movie and had powers. That would be the coolest thing ever. I would watch the hell out of that. This is actually crazy. I tried to buy a ticket a few hours in advance to the movie and it was sold out. That's how popular this is. It's actually insane. One scene I like is when they were at the Punisher's house and he was like, I have one rule, yada yada yada, yada yada yada, yada yada yada. And then Zendaya was like, so 3 rules. I like that part. Hi, can I have a medium popcorn, please? Thank you.
Come on, come on, come on!
You know what's something surprising I wasn't expecting at all? I'm liking the movie more and more every time I see it. I thought it would be the opposite, but I genuinely am enjoying the movie, and my view of the movie has elevated every time I see it. It's interesting. I was not expecting that. You know what's kind of weird? I feel like people who are creative will understand this. I'm a creative person and I've worked on a ton of creative projects, and every time I do, I always rewatch what I've made millions of times to the point where when I'm finally finished, it's like I'm a tiny bit sick of it, but I've seen it, the whole thing, so many times. I feel like I made this movie. I like while I'm watching it, I'm feeling like this is a movie I made that I'm just rewatching to make sure everything's okay, just like any other creative project. Even though I had absolutely nothing to do with it. I wish they hired me to direct Spider-Man Brand New Day, but it's an interesting feeling. Like, I feel like I made the movie. Okay, this is the first time that I actually am like, I really don't want to see it again. It took this long, but now I'm at that point.
You were thinking about something, Sarah, but you're saying you don't know anything at all. Yeah, it was instantaneous. That's what made it so scary. He lied to me.
I love Ned so much. He's one of my favorite characters ever. He's amazing. I actually had a friend in college who was like exactly like Ned. He's just the best. The absolute best. I will not call him the CEO though. I will not call him that. So what's unfortunate is Spider-Man No Way Home was actually ruined for me. I was so excited for it, and I was trying to avoid all spoilers. I wanted it to be a surprise. And I was in school, and I was like, I'm staying off Twitter, I'm staying off Instagram, I'm staying off Safari, I'm staying off the internet, I'm not taking any chances. And then I was kind of bored in class and I absentmindedly opened up YouTube and was like, YouTube is safe, right? It's YouTube. And right there in my recommended was a video of someone recording Spider-Man No Way Home, a scene, and Andrew Garfield was there. And I was like, God damn it. If you also have a story of getting spoiled for Spider-Man No Way Home, put it down in the comment section. It'll make me feel better.
I don't care about. I don't know who she is, Frank. Okay, I don't have anybody. I'm like you. I just keep to myself.
I think this is a choice. Living like this is a lifestyle. Is that what you think?
I actually normally don't notice acting at all while watching movies, but John Bernthal's acting in this movie was really good. Let's talk about scenes I like, because there are a lot of scenes I like in this movie. One scene I really like is when Peter goes to speak with Dr. Banner after class, and Peter's just kind of showing how smart he is with physics, and it totally reminded me of the scene in The Amazing Spider-Man where Andrew Garfield was speaking to Dr. Connors and he was showing how smart he was. That totally reminded me of that, and I love that scene. I love characters in general in movies of young geniuses, young, really smart people, like Leonardo DiCaprio in Catch Me If You Can, and Jonah Hill in Moneyball, and I guess Jesse Eisenberg in The Social Network. I love characters like that. I'm gonna give my ranking of the Spider-Man movies. Drop below in the comment section your ranking of the Spider-Man movies too. I love rankings. For me, number one would be the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man with the Green Goblin. Second, this is a hot take, but I love The Amazing Spider-Man 1 with Andrew Garfield. I saw that movie in the theater when I was 9 years old. It was like my Spider-Man movie. I loved it. So that's number two. Number three would be Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2, and then Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 3. And then after that, I guess this one, Spider-Man Brand New Day. And then Spider-Man Homecoming. And then Spider-Man No Way Home, I guess I'll put that there. And then Spider-Man Far From Home. And then last would be The Amazing Spider-Man 2. That was just awful. And I'm not including the Into the Spider-Verse movies. Has to be live action. What's interesting is when you see a movie this many times, you pick up on so many things you didn't notice the first time, or even the first few times I've seen it. Like certain lines that I just didn't notice or fully pick up what they said. Now I understand it. Now I've grasped it. An example is when she said, "Are you trying to take my job, Spider-Man?" And he says back, "You guys are the professionals, I'm just a volunteer." It took me 4 times for me to understand what Peter was saying there. Because I don't know if it was because he was muffled, but it took me 4 times. So I bought a ticket in the first row today, just to jazz it up. So we'll see how that goes.
I'm not gonna do this alone anymore. Let me see my...
What's actually true is the most times I've ever gone to see a movie in the theater is twice. I did that a few times. I did that for Star Wars The Force Awakens. I did that for Dumb and Dumber 2, because I love that movie. Underrated movie. I did that for Jumanji in 2017. I think that might be it. I don't normally go to see a movie twice in the theater, let alone 100 times. This movie got a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes with like 370 reviews, but I don't care about Rotten Tomatoes. I feel like 95% of Marvel movies get amazing Rotten Tomatoes scores. I don't like judging movies based on a Rotten Tomatoes score, like saying I don't want to see this movie because it had a low score, or I really want to see this movie because it has a high score. I feel like Rotten Tomatoes is just a bunch of random dudes, what their opinion is compared to like millions of people who saw the movie. So that's kind of how I view it. Another scene I liked in the movie was near the end of the movie when there was that huge crowd all chanting Spider-Man, and Tom Holland walked out and heard the crowd, and then he saw this little kid do a fake web shoot towards him, and then Tom Holland did one back. I liked that. That was cool. I actually can't believe this movie's box office results. I don't think anyone can. It's doing better than Spider-Man No Way Home. How is that even possible? It's released at the end of the summer. There's none of the hype of the other Spider-Man being in it. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, I love it. I love to see that. But my gosh.
This whole thing is here. That's what you said. Nothing changed. Okay.
It is absolutely insane that Marissa Tomei is 60 years old and still looks attractive. That's just wild. I really like the scene when Ned turns to MJ and it's like, Spider-Man's name is Peter? That was so good. So I want to do a ranking of the Spider-Man actors, and a lot of you are probably going to go up my throat in the comment section, but for me, number one is Andrew Garfield. I saw The Amazing Spider-Man in theaters when I was 9 years old, and that movie was special to me. It was like my Spider-Man movie, and I think that movie's very underrated. Number two for me is Tobey Maguire. I think he was a really solid Spider-Man. I think his movies were good. I think he completely worked for the part. And number three is Tom Holland. And the reason for that is I think Tom Holland is too short and young looking as Spider-Man. I kind of prefer the older versions, if that makes any sense. But I still like Tom Holland a lot. At this point now, certain scenes are burned into my brain. Like, I know exactly what sound effect is gonna happen next, what shot is gonna happen next. I know exactly like what's gonna happen in the next 10 seconds. It's kind of ridiculous. Like, I know shot for shot exactly what's gonna happen next. I honestly feel like I've memorized the movie at this point. Memorized it. I don't know if I can take this anymore. And I still have so many more to go. Oh. Oh my god, this is actually getting kind of brutal. Like, Jesus Christ. Oh my god. This is really not fun at this point. Okay, we're getting there. We're in the home stretch. I am so close to this finally being over. I am never doing anything like this ever again. Ever. Three more, and we're finally finished. 2 more. 2 more, and this whole ordeal is finally finished.